Okay, so we're back with a huge shakeup in the world of wrestling. I mean, an earthquake actually hit not John Tenta, but an actual earthquake. That that was so weird, and I seen so many people that was like from California was like, "Oh my god, like you guys get earthquakes too?" We were like, "We didn't know we get earthquakes. What are you talking about?" It was fun.
Shit. And we actually got two because we got the aftershock.
Yeah, the aftershock came hours later, and it was very weird. It was like, okay, this is weird. Like aftershocks usually come like 1 hour later. This is like probably like 10 hours later. It's like, hey, look, more. You're like, okay, sure, whatever.
Cause the initial one came around like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning or so, correct?
Yep.
Like it was early shit. Then the second one came around, I want to say around 5 p.m.
It was like 5 or 6. It was like this is way later. It was like it should have been over. It was like whatever. Who gives a shit? But yeah,
Yeah.
it fucked a
But I'm
lot
like,
of
what the
people up.
fuck?
Yeah, everybody was like, "What the fuck? Like you guys get earthquakes? Like we didn't know, but fuck it, whatever." It was crazy.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we have a hell of a lot to get to because we didn't even get to WrestleMania yet. So we have a lot to cover.
About that.
So
Jesus, yes.
we're gonna start off with Rampage, and Rampage was a thing. Like there was like the funny part about Rampage, it was like stuff happened on Rampage, but none of it connected to anything, and it was like, oh, it just was there. Because the first match was Malachi Black versus Christopher Daniels. And I'm expecting them to say, "Oh, yeah, about the Edge situation." It was like, "Yeah, he's like he came out and challenged Edge, but you know, nothing to it." The fuck do you mean
Yeah,
nothing to
like
it?
Rampage is like a void and whatever where like shit it just doesn't exist.
Yeah, and it
Shit
was
would
like
happen on other shows and like it's just there.
it's just so fucking random, and like they turned it into a fucking 6 man. It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, he wanted to challenge Adam, but it's like, 6 man instead of just that. It's like, okay, it was so fucking like it was just so annoying. Because like I thought like, oh,
Hmm.
we're gonna progress the story and say why they turned it into a 6 man. No, we're not even gonna say anything, and he's gonna kill Christopher Daniels in like 2 minutes. I was like, the fuck is going
If that.
on? Yeah, I was like, it was just so like it was just a little bit annoying. I was like, why is this even happening? And then something else happened
Yeah.
later on that was connected to that, and I was more confused. I was like, what? So then we had Roderick Strong versus a local dude whose name was like London something because they was in London, Ontario. And like he was like, "Why would your parents name you after a crappy town?" I was like, "Okay." Like it was dumb. And
Did he do a
then
thing? But London, I guess.
I guess, but he beat the guy, and he like made him tap out, and it was like, oh, okay. And Wardlow is back with them, and then legit Layla Hirsch showed up. She was like, "Yo," in a backstage interview, she was like, "Yo, I want to take on Julia Hart next week in a match where no rules." It was like, okay. She was like, no house rules. I was like, okay, that's weird. And then we went to Serena Deeb versus what is her name? Trisha Dora. Like she fought Trisha Dora, and it was a really good match, but like nothing got accomplished. And then they went back to Julia Hart, and Julia Hart goes, "You know what, Layla Hirsch? Because you asked me for a match next week, I'm going to give you that match for the TNT title." I'm like, what? I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then here we go with this bullshit again. This fucking dumbass bullshit with Saraya, her brother, and Harley Cameron. And then she's like, yeah, I'm going to fight. He's like, I'm going to fight you next week. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. So that was that.
Like,
Then we
just kill it.
Yeah, I wanted to die. And then we had a four-way. Like they didn't explain the rules at all. They didn't explain the rules for this four-way at all. They didn't say what it was. Cause like first Daniel Garcia came out, then Brian Keith came out. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be a one-on-one. Then Commander came out. I was like, oh, so it's gonna be tag team match. Then Action Andretti came out, so it was like, okay, it's definitely a tag match. Then like they was like, no, this is a 4-way. And then Commander pins Brian Keith. I'm like, okay, so the match is over. And they're like, no, Brian Keith's out of here. I was like, what? And then Action Andretti gets pinned. I was like, what? I was not Action Andretti. I meant to say Commander. Commander gets pinned, and then it's just Action Andretti and Daniel Garcia. But Daniel Garcia taps him out and wins. And I was like, they didn't explain any of this. Like, it was just so random. Nothing was explained. It was like, oh, okay, sure. It was so weird. Like everything about this Rampage show was so weird. So weird.
I'm not surprised when it comes to Rampage anymore.
Yeah, so after that, like since we're staying on the AEW side, we went to Ring of Honor. And this show, they like I don't know if it just like got totally lost in the whole Wrestlemania season and everything going on, that it was just like so like I didn't know what time it came on. Like I knew the main show came on at 8:00. They didn't say that 2 hours before was the pre-show was 0 hour. They didn't say any of that shit. Like I just saw somebody talking about it. It was like, yo, Ring of Honor 0 hours on. I'm like, what? Yeah, 0 hours on right now. I was like, oh shit. So I clicked on, and by the time I clicked on, they were all like, the first match was like damn near over. So I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, all right, sure, whatever. And it wasn't, the funny part is like, they said this was the first match, but it wasn't the first match because Tony Nese and Ari Daivari and Josh Woods, they had a match against Rhett Titus and Tony Deppen. That wasn't even explained that was the first match because that was the match before the match I came in on, and it just was there. And I was like, okay. And like literally when I came in, it was like Blake Christensen versus Bestia Mortos, which is Black Toros. And they're having a match. This match was fucking awesome. And after the match, like Black Toros wins, and Commander and the dude who says Penta says came out, and they were looking at him, basically trying to recruit him. And Ian Riccaboni just like clearly plain as day goes, guys, you should be strapped in for this because this is the first match. Like all the matches later on are going to be great. And I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't miss anything, but I totally missed the other match before this. And so
they kind of like fooled you with that shit.
Yeah, because I was like, I swear this was the first match. And then we had Maria Kanellis' guys, Griff Garrison and Dimes Two Stacks versus Angelico and Serpentico. And the match is because they stole Serpentico's mask, and supposedly his mask like made him better as a wrestler. And they lost. Like Serpentico and Angelico lost. I was like, oh, cool. This match, like I lied to you not. I'm not even going to sit there and bullshit you. This match was complete garbage. It was complete garbage. I was like, okay, whatever.
It's really the only storyline I know from Ring of Honor going on right now.
There's a few because they did do a good job of filling people in, but there was a few.
Yeah.
And then another one on the 0 hour was Mariah May versus Momo Kogo from Stardom. And of course this was a great match because this is Mariah May's style. She's from Stardom, like she's been in Stardom for a while. And this match was fucking awesome, and Mariah May won. So, like, I'm not even joking. This is how, like, everything was just, like, weirdly out of sync with, like, everything on Ring of Honor. Because, like, literally Ian Riccaboni just goes, okay, yeah, like, you guys just saw the women of Stardom. We're going to have the opening match, the 6-woman Stardom match. And then the show starts. And he goes, well, they changed the order because the first match is Kyle Fletcher versus Swagger Lee Johnson. And I was like, well, why did they make you say that? Like, that's what I was saying. Like, why did they make him say that? And then they were like, no, we switched the order. So for the Kyle Fletcher Swagger Lee Johnson match, the whole thing is Lee Johnson has been trying to show him that he is better wrestler than him. And over the last couple of weeks, Lee Johnson has been getting the better of him, which made Kyle Fletcher go, all right, I'm going to put the title on the line. He was like, I'm going to beat you and put the title on the line. So this match, I lied to you not. I started it and was like, okay, this match is going to totally fucking suck. Dude, this match fucking ruled. This match was so fucking good. I was like, okay, first off, both like I know Kyle Fletcher could go. I didn't know Lee Johnson like could keep up with him, and they just was
They got
going.
it.
Yeah, and like he was like it was like twice that he was so close to winning that fucking title. It literally the hand was like right down. I was like, he's gonna win the title, and Kyle Fletcher kicked out. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And Kyle Fletcher wound up hitting like he hit him with his finishing move, which was the Tombstone Pile Driver, and he's pinning Lee Johnson 1, 2, and you're like, yeah, this is his finishing move. There's no way he's kicking out. He kicked out. I was like, okay, this is great. And then like Kyle Fletcher had to hit him with like a myriad of moves, and then he finally put him down. 1, 2, 3. Kyle Fletcher keeps the title. I was like, yeah, this was good. Like this was really good. So
When you're able to like do a fucking match and like not have the finish as the finish, those are pretty good in my opinion.
yes, and then we had the Stardom 6 woman, which was May Sorare, Mina Shirakawa. Who was it? Micah versus Tom Nakano, Sai Kamatani, and Azumi. So they had this match, and Mina Shirakawa she picked up the win because they already teased something with her in the Stardom show earlier this week with her and Tony. So after the match, they're celebrating, and Mina Shirakawa is standing there, and then all of a sudden, here comes Mariah May, and Mariah May comes in and she just looks at her in her face, and she's like, got this mean look, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna hit her, and then she just hugs her, and then all of a sudden, I don't know where the fuck this bottle came from, but Mariah May just pulls out a bottle of champagne and two like not even 2 glasses. She pulled out 4 glasses. She gave the 2 to the other girls, and her and Mina poured alcohol, and they just like drunk it, and then just left the other 2 girls. And it's like they're a team. Like I know that Mina and Mariah May were like a team before this. Like they were part of like Club Venus, but like this new Club Venus also has a team, and the other girls was like, what the fuck? You just left us? And like, I know this is going to start a whole thing with her and Tony because a backstage thing right after that was Mina and Mariah May, and they were talking. And Mina was like, I'm so glad to see you. And she just kissed her. And I was like, yep, that's it. That's how it starts. Because now Tony Storm is going to be pissed off that Mina is trying to steal back Mariah May. So that's going to be the reason she puts the title on the line at Forbidden Door. I was like, got it. That's it. It's like, perfect.
And they're also gonna fight over her.
Yes. I was like, yep, that's it. So then we went to the Undisputed Kingdom versus the Infantry. And this match was for the Ring of Honor tag titles. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then all of a sudden, it just like turned into this like extra wild ass match where they brought out a table and fucking Charlie Bravo jumped on Matt Taven through the table. And while the ref is checking on Matt Taven, first off, I'm like, I didn't know this was a no DQ match, but you fucked me up. So while he's checking on Matt Taven, all of a sudden, out of fucking nowhere, here comes Wardlow, and Wardlow, bam, just hits Sean Dean, and of course, Undisputed Kingdom get the win. I was like, oh fuck, whatever, fuck it. So then we had a match that I have to give both of these women the praise of a lifetime. One in specific, and I'm going to tell you why. But I have to give both of them. Fucking Queen Aminata and Billy Starks tore the fucking house down. Oh my god, this match was so good. Like this was my match of the night, especially because of the fucking finish. Because it was so good. Like they were throwing everything at each other, and Queen Aminata was fucking trying to kill Billy Stark. She was trying to kill her, and Billy just kept kicking out, and Billy would come back and then try to kill her, and it was just so fucking good. And then the finish came when Queen Aminata is on the floor, and Billy goes for her patented swanton, and Billy goes for the swanton, and Queen Aminata puts her knees up, and all of a sudden, Billy Starks is hurt. She's holding her neck and she can't move. And they call the doctors in and they cut away. They literally cut away and looking at the fucking announcers. Queen Aminata's breaking down. She's literally crying. It's just like, oh my God. I'm so hurt. I'm like, oh fuck. Like, she's like, Billy Starks and like, he's like, this is so sad. And they're trying to get her out the ring. And Queen Aminata is holding the ropes. Billy Starks has this neck brace on, and they're trying, and she's barely moving. And then all of a sudden, Billy Starks just rolls up Queen Aminata 1, 2, 3, and she's the new television champion. I was fucking screaming, dude. It was so fucking great. It was so great. It was so great. She performed a fucking masterclass. Like this 19-year-old
Yeah.
year old girl, she's fucking 19. She's 19, performed a masterclass. I swear to God, everybody in the building, the announcers, even the ref, thought she was done. Oh my God, she performed a masterclass and won. And then she took off the neck brace and started celebrating and jumping up and down with the title. She's the first ever women's television champion. I was like, she deserves everything. Like Billy Starks deserves everything. She is great. She's great.
Yeah, because on paper, I had my money on the Queen.
I did too, but it was so good. So then
Yeah.
we had an impromptu thing. And I know like this is perfect because like they are the Ring of Honor Trios champions. So all of a sudden, Bullet Club comes up, Bullet Club Gold, they come out and they're like, oh wow, they're here. And they're just like, you know what? Fuck it, we're gonna do an open challenge. And I was like, okay. And then Lance Archer shows up, and Lance Archer shows up with Alex Zane. And he's been teaming with Alex Zane in Japan, like every time he goes over. And him and Alex Zane, they call it Monster Sauce because Alex Zane is called the Sauce God. So they're Monster Sauce when they're together. So it was the two of them, and Jay White goes, okay, yeah, it's the two of you, but you need a third. And then he was like, oh no, we have a third. And of course, soon as he stood there and said, we have a third, I knew exactly what it was. I was like, it's Suzuki. And yep, it was Suzuki. He showed up and it was a 6-man match. It was a really good match. But of course, Alex Zane got beat and Jay White kept the titles. So it's like, all right, cool. That was cool. And
Awesome.
then we had a fight with honor or without honor. I don't even remember what it was called. It was Dalton Castle versus Johnny TV. And Dalton Castle had a bunch of other boys because his boys got released. And so I'm going to break this down just like I'm not even going to go into everything that was said, but I'm going to break it down into like the dummy cliff notes for everybody. So one of the Tate twins, which are the boys, posted on Twitter because he didn't like his reputation being sullied by Tony Khan saying, oh, we fired you because you missed a lot of dates. He said, no, you guys told me you were firing me because of budget cuts. Okay, well, I'm going to show the proof of how, like, this didn't happen. So he started posting receipts. Like, he literally started posting text messages between him and the travel coordinator. And one of the things that they, like, the dates was they wanted him to fly out, him and his brother to fly out to Canada. But he had to drive 3 hours from where they live to Knoxville. And he's like, dude, we can't do that. He's like, we can't do that. We're not gonna drive 3 hours there. Could you get us a flight here? The person was like, yo, I'll check on that and see if I can get you travel. So a couple days went by, they didn't get any travel, blah blah blah, and it just was basically a lot of miscommunication and a lot of things going back and forth. Like, to be honest, both sides are to blame for this whole entire thing, but like mostly the AEW side. I know people are blaming. Like, I see a lot of people that's blaming the boys. They're like, "Oh, well, you guys could have drove 3 hours to Knoxville." That's besides the point. Like, yeah, they could have done it, but also it could have been better communication. I feel like it could have been better communications. That's how I feel. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, like they could have drove, but they didn't really want to. And even they explained it later on in the text messages. Like, dude, Final Four is coming up, and also St. Patrick's Day. Knoxville is going to be fucking swamped because the Final Four, like one of the teams is in Knoxville. It's going to be swamped. So could you change us? And like, it was just a lot of back and forth miscommunication and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I kind of see where this whole thing fell apart. So yeah, it's like, but I still stand with the Tate twins. Like, I still feel like they were wrong, but I know people be like, "Oh, well, you're still an AEW hater." No, I just stand with the actual wrestlers. But okay.
Yeah.
And Dalton Castle did beat Johnny TV for no reason, so that was a thing.
I don't know why I thought you was gonna say he beat him for a title. I'm like, what fucking title?
No. So then we had Athena versus Sheeta, and of course this match was good, and it was like it lived up to the expectations. And it was like at one point Sheeta like hit the katana or whatever she calls her finish. She hit it on Athena, and it was like, oh, she's gonna lose, like she's gonna lose. But Athena kicked out, and she wound up getting the win. But this match was good. But the next match was the match that I was like, okay, this is what I want to see, and I hope they go with the right thing because it's been 11 years since Jay Briscoe won the world title, the Ring of Honor world title. So Mark Briscoe was in the main event against Eddie Kingston, and they gave Mark Briscoe the original Briscoe's music, the one before Reach for the Sky Boys. I think it was Def Leppard. I think it was. I don't even remember the band, but it was another band. They gave him the original, and they even gave him the original Titantron when he came out. So it was like, okay, yeah,
Hmm.
this is gonna be great. So they had a match. Like, Mark got busted open, and Mark hits the driver. He's the DVD, and then he goes up for the froggy bow, and you're like, it's over. He's like, it's over. 1, 2. Eddie kicks out. Like, oh shit. So Eddie just starts coming back, and Eddie hits the back fist. And it's like, oh shit, he's gonna beat Mark. 1, 2, and Mark kicks out. So at this point, it's like Mark has hit him with every fucking thing in the world. There's no way he's beating Eddie. And then Mark did it. Mark pulled out the J Driller. Bow! Hits it. 1, 2, 3. Pins Eddie Kingston. Wins the fucking title. A bloody mess. Mark Briscoe wins the world title. It was great. It was great.
That's like a happy ending you barely see in wrestling anymore. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and like everybody came running out, like the whole entire back like cleared out. Everybody came running out. It was so good. Like, it was one of those real emotional moments where you're like, oh, this is it. This is it. It was so good. But yeah, that was a thing. So that was the Ring of Honor show. So we have a New Japan show, Sakura Genesis, and I'm not gonna run down the whole entire card. I'm just gonna run down the title matches because those are the matches that mean things. And
Hmm.
like, so we have Kevin Knight and Kushida against Drilla Maloney and Clark Connors versus Francisco Akira and TJP for the junior tag titles. And it's a three-way, which is like a very rare three-way, and I'm putting my money on Kevin Knight and Kushida. I don't know why, but I feel like they're gonna win the titles, and I feel like they need to freshen up the junior scene, and having the titles on Kevin Knight and Kushida freshens it up from Catch 2 and the War Dogs. Like they keep fighting, and they've been fighting for like over 6 months, and for a new change of a new champion, it will be like, yeah, no, this is great. Like it won't be the same bullshit over and over again. I'm cool with that.
Cool.
So then we had the IWGP Tag Championships, which is Yoshihashi and Goto versus the champions Chase Owens and Kenta. I want Chase Owens and Kenta to lose, but I feel like they're going to keep the titles on them for no fucking apparent reason. I want them to lose, but like they're going to keep the titles on for no reason. And I think Bishimon should win, but you know, I don't have a say in this, but I really think they should win. So then we have the junior title match, which is Show versus Yo, which is a long-standing rivalry that has been going on for probably, I want to say like 4 years. Yeah, it's been going on for 4 years, and at this time, finally, Yo is actually looking strong enough to be a contender for Show, because Show is just like even though he hasn't been champion for long, he's just been dominant because he's been with fucking House of Torture, and he at least looked like a fucking star. Even though he's a shitty star, he looks like a star. I think he was a better star before he went with fucking House of Torture, because he was fucking great just by himself when they first broke up, and he was like, hey, I'm really good. And then you're just like, no, I'm going with House of Torture and I'm going to suck now. Like, so I hope they bring the old Show back so he can face this Yo, and it would be a great fucking clash of the two tag team that's been a team forever, and they finally get this battle, and it'd be great. I hope so. So that's where I'm going with that. Then we have a special tag match. It's Shota Umino and his daddy, Jon Moxley, versus Jack Perry and Ren Narita.
His daddy.
To be honest, I have no idea who's going to win this, and I actually have no idea like where this goes, because I know Moxley may be facing Naito for the world title if Naito keeps it, but also I don't want that at all. But I don't know where it's probably like Moxley is probably going to win, but I do not want him to win the world title, which everybody's like, he should win the world title. It would do so much for New Japan. And it's like, no, it would do the exact opposite for New Japan. But hey, you people just want to keep praising and saying that it would fix New Japan, when New Japan should just fix itself instead of getting help from outside sources that are not really trying to fix it. But I'm going to move on. So then we have Shingo Takagi versus Evil. And Evil is the never openweight champion, and Shingo Takagi should beat him so we can end this House of Torture running shit and move on. That's it. So yeah. So the last but not least, we have the world title match, and it's Naito versus Yota Tsuji. In Yota Tsuji, he's the new, young, up-and-coming guy, but him and Naito are in the same stable. I want them to go radically different and do it and pull the fucking trigger and let Tsuji win. Like, he should have won against fucking Sonata, like when they fought in June. He should have won. It should have been over. We should not even be going through this. We should be like, all right, no, we don't even need to go through this. He should have fucking won. Now they have him against Naito. Let him win. Let him fucking win. And I know people will be like, oh, you're just saying that so Naito won't have to challenge Moxley for the title. That's not even it. It's just, it would be freshening up the whole entire New Japan. After they lost everybody and everybody's gone, this will be a total refresh. And it's like, look, this is where we're going. this is our future. This is the guy we're putting a strap on. This is him. This is the guy. And it's like, that would be perfect. But knowing them, they're just going to be like, nah, fuck it. We're going to give it to Naito. Naito's going to keep the title. And then he's going to fight John Moxley and possibly lose it. And like, all right, well, whatever. Fuck it. That's all I can say. It's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is Sakura Genesis, which will be going on this weekend. So now we move over to WWE land. And this whole entire day has just been like really fun because like a lot of people have just been bumping into each other. They've been having a lot of fun and talking and saying things. And then we had Triple H on the Pat McAfee show. He took a subliminal shot at Will Ospreay. And I know people are like, no, it was a complete shot at Will Ospreay because he said guys that don't want to come to WWE, they don't want to put in the work and they don't want to grind. And if you go somewhere else for a lesser schedule, I mean, that's fine. But here you come here to work and you come to get over and be a star. And he basically just shit on Ospreay and it was like, all right. And people were like, oh yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, who would want to go to WWE to work more and do this? And I'm like, yeah, you don't see that this is not like him saying, oh, you should do this and come over here and work more. This was him basically saying, I don't know how to admit defeat, so I'm just going to make up some dumb shit that makes no fucking sense and try to save face. It's like, no, you lost because you couldn't give him what he wants instead of just saying, oh, this is WWE. That's all you said to him. Oh, this is WWE. Instead of trying to work around him, you just said, oh, this is WWE. And this is just basically you admitting defeat and making up some bullshit. That's exactly what it was. It was like, yeah, I'm just going to make up some bullshit. I don't even know what to say, so I'm going to make up some bullshit. But that was it. Like, call it what it is. Triple H made up some bullshit because he didn't know how to admit defeat. Like, yeah, I lost those guys. I lost out on everybody. Fuck it. It's some bullshit, all right? That's all he had to say. Because I've been like, yeah, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, he dropped the ball that he lost a lot of people that he could have got.
Yeah, and he was basically talking about other stuff with like how WrestleMania. He said this. He keeps saying this thing like, yeah, when this story ends, another one begins, or like this could be the continuation of a story, and he just like keeps alluding to like something feeling off, and I'm like, okay, I don't know why he keeps saying this, but like everything you keep saying feels off. Like it doesn't feel like what you like because he keeps banging this into everybody's head. No matter what you say, he keeps banging this in your head that WrestleMania isn't the end; it's the new beginning. It's the end of the old and the new beginning, and it's like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What is this new beginning that's coming?
Don't even get the slightest idea.
So then he went on Impulsive and basically said, yo, the draft is coming up sooner than later, and it'll happen sometime after WrestleMania, which, like, we already knew this was coming, so that was a thing. And then we had The Rock on Fox News, and Rock is talking about WrestleMania, and Rock just spits the biggest bullshit that I've ever heard. He said, yeah, I went to Triple H and was like, yeah, I got this idea for Cody. And this is the idea. He's going to win the Royal Rumble, and then I'm going to come in and make shit messy, and it's going to be so big, and it's going to make Cody a bigger star. And I'm just sitting there like, that's the biggest bunch of dog shit I've ever seen. That's nothing that you just said was real. Like, you just made up some bullshit to sell to people. It was like, no, this was always planned. What the fuck are you talking about?
It wasn't planned, but that's what happened. They actually made Cody a bigger star because of it, because they fucked up, not because they planned it, because they fucked up.
Yeah, and like it's just like, and the funny part is like him saying that totally contradicts every fucking shit that he said before this, where he was like, Yeah, no, it was supposed to be me and Roman, and Cody had nothing to do with this. Like you literally was saying that for like months, and now all of a sudden, like, no, 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 all this was planned. Like, fuck you. Like this was all planned. Fuck you. I was like, no, none of this was planned. Like, oh my god, it was so irritating. So
Yeah.
we had an interview with Cody on the Pat McAfee show, and he was basically talking about how he's going to finish his story and like how all of this came together and his bus caught on fire the night before. I'm like, oh shit, like that's crazy. And then Michael Cole cuts a promo basically saying, well, Rock just came in here and just stole all of this shit and just like fuck with this, like because he's on the board, he thinks he can do whatever he wants. He was like, nah, fuck that. I'm like, Michael Cole, what are you doing? Michael Cole was just wild. And
He called him a
then
dick rider. I'm on his side.
I mean, yeah. So then I mean not Roman, Rhea comes in. Rhea is talking, and so Pat McAfee asked her where would Dom be without her, and she was like, he would be nothing without me. He was like, yeah, he'd probably be doing like in another company doing a show in front of 600 people, and like I was like, that's fucked up, and it was like mostly triple fucked up because like one, you're taking a shot at AEW, two, you're basically saying Dom ain't shit, and three, Buddy works for the fucking AEW, and that's Rhea's fiance. That was fucked up.
I ain't think about that last one. Oh shit.
Yeah, that was fucked up. And then they had like the kickoff.
Damn.
They had the kickoff for the WWE thing, and it was like it was basically the same bullshit they had for like the one in Australia. It was fun because like lying to you, not everybody that came out there except for Rhea and Becky had a connection to Philly. Like everybody that came out there, like Sami Zayn had a connection to Philly, Gunther had a connection to Philly, Tyler Black had a connection to Philly, and yes, they literally start chanting Tyler Black when Seth Rollins was out there. They just start chanting Tyler
Oh
Black.
shit.
It was so
Oh,
weird. Like Gunther was like, "Yeah, I had my first match when I came to America." Drew even said like he had like a big match in Philly. CM Punk came out and was like, "Yeah, like I used to live in Philly." Like everybody that was like there, the Usos even said something about like they won, like they're like one of their biggest matches before the WrestleMania matches was in Philly, the Money in the Bank. And I was like, dude, like everybody had a connection except for Becky and Rhea. Like they didn't have shit connected to Philly, but everybody had like a connection to Philly. And Triple H came out and cut a promo and he was like, yeah, everybody's been talking about the Attitude Era and like the Ruthless Aggression Era. He's like, none of that matters. He's like, none of that matters. And he was like, if I was there back then and knew all of this stuff back that I'm going to do now and everything that's happening now, none of that matters. He was like, this era is going to eclipse that by miles. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. I agree.
yeah.
So then SmackDown comes on and it starts with the Meek Mill intro. And I was kind of like fucked up about it because I was like, shouldn't they save this to WrestleMania? Because like it was like the perfect intro for WrestleMania. And I'm like, why the fuck was this the first thing that they showed? Like, this is weird. So yeah. So then we had the KO show. It started off the show. Kevin Owens comes out and he says that he looks up to Randy and he's just so happy to get to wrestle Randy and hang out with him. And he brought him out and they were talking. And then all of a sudden, Logan Paul shows up on the screen and he's at the link across the street. And he's there and he's talking shit. And Kevin and Randy say, you know what? We could go over there and kick his ass. So they leave, and then all of a sudden, Waller and Theory come up from under the ring. They just pop up from under the ring, and they chase them. I'm like, okay, they're gonna catch him, right? And then Kevin Owens and Orton get in a fucking golf cart, and they're gonna drive across the street. And Theory and Waller are fucking running behind them. I'm like, okay, this is gonna end weird. And we get to the fucking payoff later on that still makes no goddamn sense to me. But okay.
How? Like
Yeah, like
how? But yeah.
I need an explanation. So then we have the fucking Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And so people are immediately like, Almost is going to win. Almost gets almost eliminated immediately. And then it comes down to the big men slapping meat because it was Ivar and Bronson Reed. And Bronson Reed throws Ivar off and he gets the win. So yeah,
That shit was fucking awesome. At one
yes.
point he did a fucking what the hell was that shit? Rolling
Uh,
Thunder. Shout out
yes,
to RVD.
like that fucking popped me.
Yeah.
So then we have Logan Paul coming out. And Logan Paul comes out and was like, yeah, those idiots, they went over there, and he starts talking shit about Philly. He calls it South Jersey. And he was like, yeah, fuck you guys, whatever. And then on the Titantron comes up, and Theory and Waller are in the link, and they're standing there, and they're looking for Orton and Owens. It's like, they're not here. We don't know where they are. And then Orton and Owens pop up from under the ring and beat the shit out of Logan Paul.
It was funny because they were trying to warn him too. Like, Kevin's there. Kevin's there.
Yep. So then we have the beatdown of Dragon Lee, and Dragon Lee's injured, and Carlito finds him. And he's like, guys, he's been injured. He's got his ass beat. And the
You know
music
who did it,
hits.
right?
Yeah, the music hits, and Zelina Vega comes out, and she's coming out with Ray. And then Santos Escobar, Dominic, and Andrade come out together. And I was like, huh. Because part of me was like, I went in two minds because I went in the mind of the way it was going to go, and I also went in the mind of a way it could have went. So
Yeah.
Electra Lopez takes on Zelina Vega, and Zelina gets the win. Did Zelina get the win or Electra got the win? I think Zelina got the win.
No, Electra got the win.
Oh, Electra got the win. So Electra wins,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like it just starts with this fight, and I don't know why the fuck they did this because this was fucking stupid. So Santos and Dom are beating down Ray, and they keep fucking pushing and slapping Andrade to get in the fight, and like the second time, like they fucking was like, "Get over here and help!" And Andrade was like, "Dog, you ripped my shirt. Fuck you!" And he just beat the shit like he beat the shit out of Santos and Dom, and he helped Zelina up, and she jumped in his arms because she missed him because she is his sister and she misses him and she's been waiting for him, and they're back together, and yeah, now he's with Bray.
That's awesome. I kind of thought he would have a fucking LW shirt under his like fancy shirt for some reason.
I didn't, but like my other mind was he was going to still team up with Dom and them, and then like LWO was going to get a third person.
Yeah,
that was my other theory, but it didn't pan out that way because now he joined the LWO and he helped them out against Legado del Fantasma. I was like, okay, cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't so mad at that. And then we had Naomi and Bianca. They came out and they were basically cutting a promo. And them two together, I don't know what it is, but their energy together is just like unmatched. It's like I can just watch them just talk all day, and it's like, yeah, they're fucking awesome. Like I don't know what it
Like,
was, but mm-hmm,
yeah, I was gonna say like to me, the both of them together
mm-hmm,
it's like Willow, like just that an infectious happiness and whatever.
mm-hmm.
Like you feel they really like love each other and all that. Like I liked it.
yes, it was like it just
Made me
was.
instantly happy.
Yeah, it just like was radiating off the screen, and it was just so good because they just felt so happy to be with each other. And then they called out
Hmm.
Jade, and like Jade came in, and like Jade just has like this presence of like, oh, I'm the superhero, and I'm there. And then like
Yes.
you're just like, yeah, I'm just like this. And 5 seconds into being with them, she immediately just felt like she just like immediately just melted into them, and it was like, oh, so it's just more happiness together. Okay, cool. Yeah, and it was so funny because Jade was about to say her line, and Bianca had to stop and was like, wait, you can't do that here. That was so funny.
She's like, my bad. Let me start over.
It was so good. They just felt so good, and they all was wearing Cowboy Carter gear. And I know you're like, what is that? That's basically Beyonce's whole new country thing. So they just had it on, and they looked amazing. Like I swear to God, like this is one of the funnest things about Jade and Naomi and Bianca. They never stay in the one section that you're like, oh, they're gonna be here. Because you're like, oh, there's like the wrestling fans are gonna love it and the wrestling fans are gonna do this. Dude, I've seen people outside of wrestling go, oh my God, who are they? They are fucking awesome. Like I've seen the
Yep.
rap community gravitate to them. I've seen the football community gravitate to them. I've seen everybody. I've seen mainstream people just like go, who are they? Like who are they? This is wrestling. I'm gonna watch this. Like I have a friend that she does cosplay. Like she just does cosplay. She has nothing to do with wrestling. She doesn't even give a fuck. She just does cosplay and like this is her thing. Like she loves it and like she games a little bit, but she's like none of that. She saw them and she was like, "Who the fuck is?" She was like, "Who the fuck are they?" Like they are so awesome. Oh my god, who are they? And, like they're wrestlers. Oh my god, like the wrestling that's going on like down in Philly right now. Yeah, like oh my god, like they're so awesome. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. It's like it just they have totally completely left the audience. They have left our target audience and are just like mainstream now. I was like, okay, not even mad. I'm like, this is perfect, and it just goes back to what Jay said at the WWE Worlds today. She was like, I made the right move by waiting. She was like, being here. She was like, being here for even like 5 minutes. She said it felt so different. She was like, it feels so different. It feels like I'm on a whole nother planet. She's like, she's like, I don't even know how to explain it. She was like, but this was the right move. She was like, she was like, this just feels like home. I'm like, okay. So
That's
then we,
awesome.
then we go to the back and the referee comes in and tells Ray and Andrade, they go, dude, Dragon Lee is fucked up. And Ray's like, Doug, I got this WrestleMania match. What am I going to do? Andrade was like, I'll help you. And they shook hands. And just as they shook hands, Carlito runs in and was like, dude, did they tell you Dragon Lee's fucked up? So who's going to be a part? He's like, Andrade's going to be my partner. He's like, oh, cool. And he just like patted Andrade on the back. I was like, all right. Like, you son of a bitch, you took out Dragon Lee. You
Yes.
fucker.
Yes.
I
Yes.
fuck
You see it too.
yes. And I have a weird feeling he's going to fucking team up with Santos and Dom, and that's how they're gonna get the win.
The funny part, I don't even see that. He's going to
Mm-hmm.
cost him the match. But I don't think he likes Santos because remember Santos like injured him recently. If they do that, that's stupid
I mean,
because he just injured him.
I know, but it would make sense to be like, yo, the enemy of my enemy is my friend type thing. And
And yeah, true. I didn't think about that. Good point.
so okay, so now what's been popping up lately? Because like some people were
Mhm.
like talking about the Sting retirement and like who could have this big retirement, and people were like, Ray could have this big retirement. Now they go, oh my god, dude, You know what would be really good for Ray's last match? Ray versus Dominic, hair versus mask for Ray's last match. And I'm just like, that is a 2019 podcast that literally has been sitting here. Like it's literally been sitting here in forever. That's one of our fucking things. That's how that's how Ray gets out of here. We literally said that on one of the podcasts in 2019. Dude, that's what should happen. Ray and Dominic should have this match, and it should be hair versus mask, and that's how Ray gets out. That's literally our thing. It's like, dog, like as soon as they said that, like, yeah, this should happen. I'm like, that's our thing.
We've had multiple conversations about that, like before that, even off the podcast. Like, what the fuck?
Yes, and it's like, what the fuck? It's like, no. This is what should happen. I'm like, shut up. Like, this is our thing. Like, the only twist that they put on there was it should happen in Arena Mexico, like the greatest Mexican building. Like, yeah, it should happen in Arena Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, like, because that would be the first time that like WWE has ever went to Arena Mexico, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? That would be cool. That would be cool.
The idea that you had is like Ray should like pass on his mask, and he should be called Prince Mysterio. Because for those of you that don't know, Ray is not Ray like the name. Ray is literally king. Like that's why he had the crown on his mask. He's the king. He's the king of mystery. I think it says in one of his songs.
It is. And that would be so great, but like now everybody's like, that's how Ray should go out, that's how Ray should retire. I'm like, all right, whatever, fuck it, I don't care. Like you just still our jokes, whatever. I don't care.
But they still are shit late though. That shit been happened.
I know. We're ahead of the curve. Like we're way ahead of the curve all the time. So yes. Then we get back and it's Theory and Waller versus the Brawling Brutes or the Chekhov Republic or whatever the hell they're called. I don't really care.
The Chekhov Republic? Oh shit.
Like then Judgment Day comes down and beats them up. And like if you watch this closely, you see the little funny things in here that you'd be like, okay, that's kind of like if you know, you know. Because like they beat down the whole fucking team. And then all of a sudden at the end, after the beatdown, they're all standing there. And Rhea just goes over and she kicks Austin Theory and looks him in the face. And it's like, okay, that's the Australian thing. And then you look behind and you see Jordan Devlin just punch the shit out of fucking Tyler Bate. And you're like, this the UK thing. And then Finn goes over and just randomly, for no fucking reason, just starts stomping Pete Dunne and looking him right in the face. It's like, ah! It's like, dude, we know. Like, you dudes are doing this because you guys are fucking friends. And you're like, yay, we get to wrestle in WrestleMania together.
The one spot that I love that I was like, what the fuck? You could do that? Fucking Dominic. He jumps over the guardrail, which I did not know he had the momentum to do that shit, and does a flying clothesline. And I don't know who he fucked up, but he fucked up somebody. I'm like, God damn, why can't you do that during a match?
I think it was Austin Theory.
It was Austin, you think? Okay.
Yes. So then we had this Paramore song over this whole Bayley introduction, and she basically went through her career and how she got here. And one of the things, like, they showed her with Sasha, and a lot of people was like, oh, this is crazy, this is weird, like WWE let them do that. And I was like, so you guys have not been paying attention to anything WWE has done this whole entire day, because throughout the day when they were doing stuff, they literally was like like they have a WrestleMania, like there's a WrestleMania promo video. In the WrestleMania promo video, they literally talk about Bryan Danielson. They say like, and I think they actually fuck up and call him Bryan Danielson. Like they was like Bryan Danielson, and they say all of this stuff. They even show Mercedes, they show everybody, they show Edge, they show everyone that's in another company, and they don't go shy away and like go, oh, a quick cut, and they're just out. They literally go, Bryan Danielson at WrestleMania 30 did this thing, and it was a moment that the fans all came together, and it was like, okay. And then it was like Mercedes, and they didn't call her Mercedes, but they called Sasha Banks and Bianca were the first two black women to headline a WrestleMania. And I'm like, okay, so they're
Yep.
not shying away against nothing. They're also like everything they're talking about, and this is
It was another
great.
thing
Mm-hmm.
where, like, okay, you expect it from the commentators, wrestlers, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had Triple H, the boss. He's talking about, I forget what WrestleMania it was, but it was the one where he wore the crown and all that came out and
Mm-hmm.
fucking like throne.
WrestleMania
You know,
30.
the three girls there. It was
Mm-hmm.
30? Okay.
Yeah.
One was Charlotte Flair, one was Alexa Bliss, and one was Sasha Banks. And he said Sasha Banks. So, you know, man,
yeah.
even the boss said it. So,
Yeah, and it's like they're not holding back. They're not acting like, oh, these people are gone and like we're erasing them from history. They're still part of history.
yeah.
And so this video package for damage control, somebody like put it into perspective, and I was like, holy shit, this means more than just like this damage control thing, because they were like, guys, Triple H's first SummerSlam when he first took over, the first people he introduced and he brought back was Io, Bailey, and Dakota. He brought back damage
Yeah.
control. And this is like this ending at WrestleMania is like holy shit. Like he brought them in and now he ended it years later, which is like his creation at WrestleMania when he's taken over. I'm like, okay, this all right. This is all right. I like this.
That's awesome.
So then we see Solo getting ready to take on Jey Uso. And they say it like he's going to take on his little brother, and then tomorrow night he's going to face his big brother. And I'm like, they're like, first off, I'm not even going to, first off, dude,
Uh-huh.
dude, did you see the fucking video package? Did you see the video
Which one? Because I've
package
seen
for
multiple
the
today.
Usos? The one for the Usos. I seen that video package and I
Yeah.
was like, holy shit, this is great. Because it has both of them. It has Jimmy and Jay. They literally say their names. They both say their whole real government names. And they start talking about their whole lives, how they were brothers, how they were born 5 minutes apart. And they just go through this history of how they became who they are, and like they're both talking and like they've explained everything from the beginning to now, and it was like this video package was so fucking awesome. Like I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my god. And I have friends that are fucking complete WWE haters. Like they're like, oh, we just like everything outside of WWE, fuck WWE. They saw this fucking video package and was like, okay, WWE do good things, and this is one of them. This is one of the good things that they really do. This right here, this was fucking awesome. Like they literally was like, this fucking video package was great. It was like I don't even like WWE. This video package was great because it blew my mind how fucking good it was. Like talking about two brothers having this whole entire thing, and it was like, wow, like this was great.
Fun fact, like I
Mm-hmm.
found out today, they
Mm-hmm.
do a brother versus brother match every 15 years. First was
Yes.
Brett versus Owen, WrestleMania 10. Then it was Matt versus Jeff, WrestleMania 25, if my math is
Mm-hmm.
correct.
Yep.
And now 40.
And that was also one of the things that like blew my mind because like they're saying it at the kickoff and they just like totally just say Matt and Jeff. They don't even work here. Doesn't even matter. Matt and Jeff, they
Yeah,
exist.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
all right. So back to SmackDown, they had LA Knight out there and he's cutting a promo. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even remember what he said. It was weird.
He said, yeah, that's all you can say.
Yep. So they had a Final Testament promo and they had Pride promo. So they both had promos. I didn't really pay attention to either one. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like I. This is gonna be a match. This is gonna be one of the matches that I'm gonna be like, they might have something cool that happens, but it's like, it's just a match. It's a match.
I'm
Like
not invested in that match at all, to be honest with you.
me neither. Like I said, they're gonna have to do something like really crazy to like get me invested. But yeah.
Yeah.
So once again, we had a match with no finish because Jay and Solo wound up no finish because Jimmy came in, and then all of a sudden Seth came out and Cody came out for the save, and they did this big beat down. They beat down Jimmy, and they said Jay's going to beat him, and Cody said this. He said this is bigger than a story, and he's going to beat Roman at WrestleMania, and the show went up there.
Cody hit a super kick at one point. I don't know why he fucked me up.
He can do super kicks. So
I know, but for some odd reason, like, it fucked me up like, in the head. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah. So the Hall of Fame happened, and
Yeah.
there's nobody in the whole entire world as good as fucking Paul Heyman.
100%.
They were chanting, "You deserve it," and he goes, "Of course I fucking deserve it." It was like, oh my god, he was not holding back. He was cursing. He was saying every fucking thing, and he
They
basically
stopped
said,
beeping at one point.
"Yeah," because they were like, "Fuck it." They were like, "You know what? Fuck it." And then he totally went there. He was like, "Yo," he was like, everything is better. He was like, we have freedom. The guys have more creativity to become superstars in this. And he was like, it is all thanks to Paul Levesque. And he was like, from this day forward to the day I die, I am a Paul Levesque guy. And I was like, what the fuck? Like it wasn't because
Damn.
it wasn't because it shocked me. It was like this is the first time he literally said it out loud. Because he said it in a tweet earlier when they were on the ladder at in a fucking ring and they were just sitting there talking. Like we all know because this is Triple H's first Hall of Fame. This is the first one that he gets to do his own self. And he asked Paul, and Paul never wanted to go in. He never wanted to go in the Hall of Fame. And Triple H asked him, and he said, "You know what? Because we're so close and I love you, I'm going in." And that's why he's in. Like
Only
this
because
was
he
all
asked.
Yep, all because Triple H asked. And he really meant exactly what he said. And he said the day that Roman said the day that the wise man leaves is the day that he's no longer the tribal chief. And I'm like, that's not ominous at all.
Right?
Like
We got
gonna,
a Paul Levesque chant?
yeah. Like, and the funny part is when that was happening, you can see Paul just go, yeah, I don't want the recognition. And Stephanie was there, and Stephanie had the ECW hat from when she was in ECW. And I'm like, dude, that's actually cool. That was real cool. That was a throwback. As soon as I seen her with the hat, I was like, oh my God, she put on the ECW hat. And Paul Heyman.
You heard Paul say, you married the wrong Paul?
Yes, that was funny. He was so good. He buried WCW. He was talking about everything, how he got high with RVD and the whole ECW and how he's still going to change and be a disruptor in the whole entire wrestling world. And it's yeah, I'm pretty sure
Because his
you
son gets
are.
high.
Yeah, it's he was going, and it was one of the best promos. And I'm trying not to be biased because of my ECW love, but it was one of the best promos ever. It literally was one of the best.
The one part that shocked me that I didn't think he was going to do at all, he mentioned Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
God, it hurts to do that.
like that was a shock. But I feel like it's because of the rules that are so lax that it's like, oh my god, like you
Yeah,
can just say whatever the fuck you want to say, and it was just like,
yeah.
wow. But like that was great. Everybody went
I
in
was
and
almost
like,
in tears. I'll be honest with you.
yeah, because he's fucking Paul Heyman. He's like the greatest person in the world.
Yeah,
He's awesome. Tommy Dreamer was there. Bully Ray was there.
RVD.
RBD was
D-Von was
there.
there
Like,
too.
mm-hmm. Like I was shocked that Taz wasn't there. I was literally shocked because Taz wasn't there. Because like I know
Yeah,
like
I wouldn't be surprised someone banned him from being there. I'm just saying.
I mean if that happened that would be really dumb. But like like you could have just let him show up. It's all right.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, like that was like one of the most memorable Hall of Fame. There was other people, but like that one was the most memorable.
yeah. I like the rest. Like to me, every single one almost put me to tears. Like for real,
Yeah.
for real. Even the one guy that I didn't know, like his speech, I liked it a lot.
Thunderbolt Patterson.
Yeah,
Yeah. He was good because like I heard a couple people go, dude, I see why people think that he's like one of the greatest promos. It's like I see why they stole him. Like, yeah, he's really good. Like he's a great promo.
he did
But
promo on like God, and I'm like,
mm-hmm.
okay,
Because like he's a pastor now. So
yeah,
because that didn't shock me because I was like, oh, he's a pastor. He's just like doing pastor stuff. But yeah, that was awesome.
yeah.
Even Bull
He said
Nakano,
everybody
like,
need to love each other.
mm-hmm.
Bruno Canos was good too.
Yeah, she cut a promo, and Asuka, Kyrie, and Io were just like in tears. And I know people are like, that's kind of racist because they're no, no, no. They literally came up under her and they like looked at her as a
Yep.
legend because they were all in Japan and she was like the person. And they looked up
Hmm.
to her. So they was like, so them getting to see her and be up close and personal and meet her was like a dream for her. Because like last year when Asuka
Yes.
met like fucking Great Muda, she was like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing ever." And now when she meets Bull Nakano, she's like, "Oh my god!" She was like, "This." She was like, "This is just so awesome." And it
Bucket list
was
fulfilled.
yes, it was so good. And Rossio Gal
To
was
me,
backstage.
I kind of got sad because, like, not sad, but like,
Mm-hmm.
kind of teary eyed because, like, she mentioned fucking Luna Vachon and whatever. Like, and she, like, almost cried about that. Like, wow.
Yes, and like I want to say that the reason Luna Vachon wears the makeup that she wears is because of Bull Nakano. I
Yeah,
really think that that's true. Like she wears it because of Bull, and like
I can see it.
she's great. And the funniest part is like I keep forgetting how tall Medusa is because they took a picture backstage and Medusa is like fucking 6 feet tall. I'm like, why did I never notice she was tall?
You know, she still wrestles.
Yeah, she does. She's
Yeah.
she's still cool. But yeah, the Hall of Fame was great. Next year is probably going to be really good too.
Yep.
But so we got WrestleMania and stuff, so we need to do the predictions because we haven't done the predictions, and we're going to start with Stand and Deliver and
All
Sean
right.
Spears versus Joe Gacy. Who you got?
Sean Spears, because he still got there. He's gonna have some momentum behind him for a while.
You know what? I'll go with that. And then we have Thea Hale, Fallon Henley, Kalani Jordan versus JC Jane, Kiana James, and Izzy Dame. Who you got?
The whole story is like Thea trying to prove herself, like she's grown and all this shit. So Thea's gonna like get the fall for her team,
Okay.
and she's gonna be JC.
Okay. I could agree with that. But before I move on, I have to point out the one thing that
Hmm.
popped me with like these women. So
Okay.
Kalani Jordan, so she was at Wale Mania and she met Jazz and because like she's like she's a fan of wrestling and she's like wanted to meet Jazz. She was like, oh, that's cool. But she also got to meet somebody else. And it was like really fun. She got to meet RBD and she popped because she's a huge fan of RBD. And if you watch most of her matches, you can see like she does RBD shit. And she met RBD and she
Yeah,
like she fucking marked out because you're like, oh my God, I met RBD. I was like, that's so cool. That's so cool.
that's awesome.
So then we have the War Dogs versus Nathan Frazier and Axiom.
War
Who you got?
Dogs all the way.
No, I got new tag team champions, Fast and the Furious.
At least you gave him a name. Shit.
So then we have Obafemi versus Dijak versus Josh Briggs. Who you got?
I have a pick, but it's with a catch, a caveat, right?
Okay.
Obafemi's winning. He's kicking both their ass, right?
Yep.
But you're gonna get your wish, and these two motherfuckers are gonna like beat his ass and start teaming up from them on.
That's exactly my pick. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Because I feel like that's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Would you call them the skyscrapers 3.0? Because they're actually
Yes.
3.0 if you think about
Yes. The new skyscrapers. So then we have Lyra Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez. Who you got?
Roxy with some fuckery. I don't know what, but I feel like it's gonna be like a fuck finish, and she's gonna win.
I still got Lyra. I got Lyra.
You got Lyra?
Yeah. So in the co-main event for the title for no goddamn reason, Ilya Dragunov versus Tony D'Angelo.
Okay. In the non-main event title match, because I'm not even considering it the main event, because what the fuck? I'm going with fucking Dragunov. Like, I don't see the point to this.
I'm going the opposite. I'm going with Tony D for no fucking reason. I feel like he might win.
Oh shit! You know how he might win? Remember, he's the Don, and that he controls everything. He might buy off the fucking ref.
True.
How you doing?
So in the real main event, Trick versus Mello. Who you got?
Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
Yes, I'm going with that too. I'm going with Trick.
Yes, because technically Carmelo is a SmackDown guy right now because he's appeared there a few times. So this is going to be his swan song. I know Trick's supposed to be going up eventually too, but they haven't really showed him off like that. Maybe he had one appearance. That's it.
Yeah. So I'm going with Trick too. So that's our stand and deliver predictions. Now, night one of WrestleMania starts off with Rhea versus Becky. Who do you have?
Rhea to like cement her legacy. Let she beat everybody.
Same. So then we have the ladder match, Judgment Day, DIY, Awesome Truth, New Day, A-Town Down Under, and New Catch Republic. Which two teams are going to win this?
Thank God you worded it that way. Thank you. Thank you. So, okay. I have fucking Awesome Truth. I'm going to go with them winning the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Right?
Okay.
And then Judgment Day is keeping the Raw ones.
Okay. So I'm going with Awesome Truth winning the Raw Tag Team titles, and I'm going with DIY winning the SmackDown Tag titles.
Okay, cool.
And remember, these titles aren't going to stay the names that they are. They're going to get repurposed, and they're going to change the whole entire name of the titles. They're just one's going to go on one show.
Similar to the other ones, World and WWE, I would assume.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
So then we have Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio.
I think we already spoiled it earlier in the fucking show. Like, fucking Legato's winning this shit.
Yep. So Then we have Jimmy versus Jay. Who we got here?
My heart wants to say Jimmy because like I like him so much. I'm not such a big fan of Jimmy. I mean, did I say Jimmy and
What?
Jimmy? Of Jay. I'm a fan of Jay.
Mm-hmm.
But like I mean, like I'm gonna have to go with Jimmy because this story's gonna continue. They're gonna have more than one match.
I'm going with Jimmy too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jimmy needs the win because like Jimmy sucks and everybody loves fucking Jay. Jimmy needs this win.
yeah, yeah.
So then we have Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damn It Control. I mean, this is kind of obvious. Like, there's only one team that's going to win.
Basically, like fucking, and there's so many reasons behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca has feuded with Control for like a couple years now, whatever. She needs her fucking win over them.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi just returned. You're not gonna fucking like a squash her in a fucking huge match like this. You're gonna make her lose here and there because she lost to fucking Tiffany not so long ago. But you're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna like fucking like make her lose this huge match. And then you have Jade with her fucking debut match,
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote, because I could see with the Royal Rumble. Hell no, they're not losing. I'll put money on that shit.
Basically. Then we have Sammy versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. Who do you have winning?
Gunther, because of Gable. Gable's gonna fuck him over.
Same. Same. Then we have the night one main event, the Bloodline, Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. Who do you have winning?
I think fucking like Cody and them are gonna win, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like you think there's not gonna be no fuckery, but it winds up being fuckery and shit like that the next night because like, it's supposed to be fair. But my heart wants to say like fucking Roman and them win because I want chaos. But I'm gonna go with Cody.
I'm going with Roman and Rock winning. And like it has nothing to do with my prediction of the main event. Like I
Okay.
just think that they're gonna win. Because you'll hear my prediction and why I picked my prediction when we get to it. But yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Rock and Roman will win. So that's night one. So night two, we have Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the world title in the very first match.
Your winner, new champion, Drew McIntyre, the fucking
Yes.
hater of haters.
Yes, I think Drew McIntyre is definitely going to win. And he put out a TikTok with his wife, and they're coming out of their fucking hotel, and he's just saying hate, 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 and dancing. And then he makes it even worse because he has the camera view from behind him, so you can see the back of his wife. And it's like, come on, dude! Like, of course we're gonna hate you. Stop! Like, come on.
He's a fucking asshole.
Yes, and he's going to win that championship, and he's going to lose it in July. He's going to go to Glasgow and beat CM Punk, and then he's going to lose it in July to Sami Zayn.
Speaking of Punk, do you think he's gonna like interfere in this match?
I I really want him to interfere because if he interferes and Seth loses, here's the little fun part. Seth's going to be mad at him, which
Mm-hmm.
sets up him and Seth, which sets up more of a problem for him and Seth. But also now he's going to
Yes.
go against Drew. So yeah, I want him to do it, and Seth still loses. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yes. Cool.
So then we have the Pride versus the Final Testament in a Philadelphia street fight.
Be honest with you, I don't care, but gun to my fucking head, fucking the Pride because they're good guys in this.
I
Mind
was
you, I
gonna
like the
go.
Final Testament, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna have the opposite reaction. I like the Pride, but I was gonna go with the Final Testament.
Oh shit.
So then we have L.A. Knight
Yeah, that's all I gotta
versus
say. I don't even gotta finish it.
okay, but he's facing AJ Styles with brand new music.
He's losing with that brand new music.
That's fucked up because I really want to hear the new music twice. But like, I think he's gonna lose too. But like, god damn it.
You'll hear it a second time on SmackDown.
Yeah. So then we have Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Who
Logan
you
ain't winning
go?
and losing that shit.
Yeah, Logan's keeping it.
Yeah.
So then we have Io Shirai. I mean Io Sky versus Bailey
Same thing.
for
Same thing.
the world title. Who do you have here?
Bailey. Bailey. Like, she needs a WrestleMania win.
Like, part of me is like, I want to agree with you, but she had a WrestleMania win. Like her first WrestleMania, she won the world. She kept her world title. So
Oh no,
part
I
of
know
me is,
that. I'm just saying,
yeah,
win a title though.
yeah. Part of me like feels like Io's gonna win. Like I don't know why. I feel like Io's gonna win, and they're just like gonna keep this feud going. But I would rather it end here, not because it's WrestleMania, but I just would rather it end because I don't know how much longer they can drag this out, and people would be more interested. Because like
Yeah.
this ending here makes all the sense because people be like, oh, you know what? Like this was great. Like, oh, this is cool. Now they can go on to something else. Like you keep it going for like another month, people to be like, you know what? I don't know if I really like this. And then like they start turning on it and they hate it. So instead of getting to them hating it, end it now and then start up two new feuds with both of them and then just go from there.
Exactly. Because the only other way you could consider continuing it
Mm-hmm.
if fucking Mercedes didn't sign to AEW and she would come here and help her and whatever. But you
Yeah.
know, she has no hope right now, so end it here. It's fine.
Because like I see them like doing a four-way with all of the girls versus damage control. I see that happening, but like then like once again, you don't go anywhere because it's just gonna be like, oh, we're just going in a cycle because we're gonna get back to EO versus Bailey in like a steel cage or like some kind of gimmick match. And you're like, okay, this is like dragging on a little too long. This would be the perfect time to kill it and then move on. And we could circle back to it. It's not like it's over forever. It's like you could circle back to it again, but like let Bailey win the title and in the story, and we just move on, and then we come back to it, and it's be a different type of story.
Yeah, let it breathe.
Yeah. So then we have the main event: Roman versus Cody. So
I don't know, to be honest with you. I've heard so many comments and whatever that make you think it's one way or another. Like
okay.
Roman said he loses, he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Cody said if he loses, he might as well do commentary.
Yeah.
So,
So
like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I'm gonna go with Cody because what the fuck? No fucking reason.
okay. So I have an answer too. I'm going with
hmm
Cody. I'm going with Cody.
Okay.
Cody's gonna win. So yeah, that's it.
You
I
don't have
never
a
said
reason
he.
behind it. You're like me.
I never said he's finishing the story. Cody's gonna win. He's not
Oh,
finishing his story. Like it's not over. Like that's the thing. We're getting a Cody win. He's going to pin him. He's gonna pin him after it's gonna be some total fuckery. And Cody's gonna win, but holy fuck, it's not over. Because it's gonna be that moment he's gonna win. The story is finished because he won. And I swear to God, this is gonna be the best part because everybody's gonna think he won the title. And he's gonna be like, yeah, Cody won the title. No, he won the match. He didn't win the title. He's still not champion. He can't beat Roman. And it's like, well, like I know some people are going to be mad, but if like I have faith in Paul and Paul, I have faith in them that they're going to fix this and go, he's not going to win here. He's going to win somewhere else. And this is also going to lengthen the story with the whole rock thing and is going to make it better. like Cody wins by like DQ count out or like some fuckery, it's gonna make it a million times better. And everybody's gonna be like, holy fucking shit, dude. This is it. Everybody's gonna be like, this is it. This is the perfect thing.
Yes,
Because
I like that.
it's gonna be funny because it's gonna be that moment once he wins and he doesn't win the title that everybody's gonna be like, boo. And then like after it like sinks in, they're gonna be like, you know what? It's not a bad thing. Because like when he lost the first time, they're like, it's a bad thing. And it's gonna sink in and it's gonna be like, it's not a bad thing, and it's gonna be fun. And I'm gonna be happy.
Me too. Me too. I like that.
So yeah, that's our picks. Finally, we did this. We finally did it, and people have been asking, dudes, when are you gonna do the predictions? We finally did it. We finally did
Yep.
it. It's here. It's over. And now we have to watch the show and see how it plays out.
Yes.
Yeah, this is gonna be the part. So yeah, we will after WrestleMania Night 2 be back. So yeah, any final words before we leave?
WrestleMania. I don't know.